Mark the Meerkat here with the weekend review. I'm in with Grok Trade in for Des. He's out of town this weekend. Hand ahead with a nice presentation all ready to go, but everything just changed on Saturday when Hamas started to fire rockets at Israel. Now with the Israeli-Hamas conflict, everything has changed. This is what we call a black swan event. Unpredicted. Nobody knew it was going to happen. Who would have known it was going to happen? And so, but what are the effects on the market? So a couple of things here. Caution, caution, caution. Try not to predict what's going to happen next. Look at what the probabilities are. And number two, focus on what is happening to the markets. Because Meerkat Trading Rule number 10, listen carefully, it's not the news that counts. It's the market's reaction to the news. In other words, your opinion doesn't count. You need to see how the market is reacting and then play off of that. So here we are at what time? It's 8:10 p.m. on Sunday, and so in Eastern time. Let's take a look at where the futures are at the moment. So here are the futures. The ES, which is the futures for the S&P 500, it's down 0.79% as we speak. The Dow Jones Industrial Average futures, they are at minus 0.53. NASDAQ minus 0.77. The small cap Russell is down 1%, a little bit more than the rest. Now, it has been more bearish than the rest of the markets in general. Now, here's the big one. Oil. Oil is up 3.8% as we speak, right there at 85.95 as we speak at this moment. So those are live the markets right now. So that's the world's reaction in the U.S. futures here at 8 o'clock in the evening in New York time or market time. So just know that's what is happening. It's not a dramatic change, but again, it completely can change before 9:30 market time tomorrow morning. No one knows what's going to happen. So if someone tells you they know the future, turn around and run. We don't know the future. We can see what is happening right now and what are the probabilities of a change going one way or the other. That's all we can do here. So let's go ahead and take a look at the market charts. But again, everything has now changed. There's a factor in the market here that was not in factor when these charts closed on Friday, and we don't know what the effect will be on Monday morning. So let's look at the S&P 500 daily, and here it was during the week here. It was low basing right here just above its 200 moving average, and then on Friday, kaboom, and look at the volume, big stick up. It ended up being up 1.19% here on Friday. So it has now broken out of its low base. Again, know what's going to happen on Monday. Dow Jones Industrial was also low basing, and on Friday it dipped, and then boom, went up here 0.87%. And then we have the NASDAQ here. It was down here low basing, kind of a double bottom type of thing, and then boom, on Friday it took off, and it was up a 1.6%. And then the small cap Russell, here it was, low basing down here. It did have a nice big candle up, hitting all these moving averages though. It did not close at the high of the day, but plus 0.8%. Now then, let's take a look at again, on the daily chart, let's take a look at the financial sector, which Des had spent a lot of time on a couple of weeks ago, and the fact that it did break down below these levels that we were looking at. But now it has returned back up right to where, this was, here, let's draw this in here. This was support, can now be what? Resistance. So, oops, there we go. See, look at that. So this was support, and now it's what? Tagged it, pulled back a little bit on Friday. But it could be a reversal. Don't know. Now let's talk about the VIX, that fear factor. Here's on the daily chart, and going back 5 candles here. Look at there, on Monday it shot up and it went above 20 for a while. On Tuesday, it opened up above 20 and then dropped. And then look at Friday's big, huge doji here. This is a butterfly doji. I mean, just a dragonfly doji, excuse me, just a little tiny, where it opened and closed. But look at it, a huge swing on the day, up and down, ended up right there at 18.73, which is higher than it's been the last several weeks. We've been down here in the 15 range or below 15 for a while. Then we were at the 17, and then now we're up above that. So fear is coming up a bit. Okay, let's go to the weekly charts very quickly here, and we'll go to the S&P 500. S&P 500 here on the weeklies. And again, we were falling last week. We were Des was concerned that we're going to continue to fall. But look at this. It ended up with a positive week. It opened up, it closed higher than it closed on a week prior. And so have we stalled down here? I don't know. It's unfortunate. We will not know for a while. Then we have the Dow here. It is falling, but it actually had a negative week. It did not have a positive week, even with the big up on Friday. It is now at a lower though, and it's below all these moving averages, including the 100 moving average now. So it's still a little bit in trouble there. But here's the Nasdaq, and now in a bull flag here. It fell, but it stopped, and then it started to come back up on Friday. So bull flag there. That's more bullish than it is bearish. Then we have the weekly chart, and then we have the Russell here again. It's been more bearish than the rest of the markets here. It was in this symmetrical triangle here. Okay-ish. There we go. And then it closed below it 2 weeks ago, came right back up and closed at it last week, and now, bam, it did fall down. Even with the update on Friday, it recovered some of its lows for the week, but it's still very bearish right now. So we have a mixed market. We have the Nasdaq and the S&P a little more bullish, while we have the Dow and the small cap Russell more bearish. Again, on the financials, on the weekly chart here, you can see we were in that symmetrical triangle. It closed down 2 weeks ago. Last week, it did close down again. And then, again, look at this doji here again. Wicked all the way down below that 200 moving average, came all the way back up here. So, again, that's what the markets were on Friday. But, again, everything changed on Saturday. So, what I'm doing is I'm sitting on my hands on Monday. As I'm starting to watch now, see where are the markets now, and then to see what the world reaction is going to be to the Israeli and Hamas conflict going on. Again, remember Meerkat rule number 10. It's not the news that counts, it's the market's reaction to the news. Mark the Meerkat, have a great trading week, and may your winners run.